Well, it's wet and cold outside, so come into the warmth of Specialist Tackle in Essex to take a look at one of carp fishing's most talked about new items. First of all, what's the history of your company, Dan?
5-6 years ago now, me and my friend Tom, both avid anglers, and we found there was a sort of a weakness for something we wanted to use, and nothing on the market filled it, so we sort of thought, well, sod it, we'll get our heads down and produce it, you know, fill the gap with our own idea. This is where it all kicked off, with the idea of having individual radio transmitters for each alarm and programmed into a sort of one receiver unit. There's only a couple of systems around prior to this, and they both had one big transmitting module with wires that come away from it. So on a buzz bar, great, but you still had the mess of wires. But if you wanted to fish, you know, like 2 rods out and one, you know, a third rod on the side on a single stick,
or 2 swims down.
2 swims down, yeah. If that should occur, you didn't have to scope. You couldn't fish more than 8 inches from the transmitting part.
Right.
And that was immediately, like, you know, an obstacle that Tom and I thought should be overcome, and that was the idea. We miniaturised it right down, so all that bulky box is now compressed into something this size, and then you plug that into the alarm you want to use. But
the technology's moved on even further since. What have we got now, mate?
Well, now we're on the version 2 system, which is a completely modular approach to the wireless connectivity market, if you like. We've got the ATTs head. You can program into your version 2 receiver system. But the way this receiver was designed with future products in mind, so that whatever we release in the future can actually be programmed into it. So you bought this with your plug-ins, you want to retire your alarms, for example, but you still want to use the system, then you can just simply buy the heads on their own.
And I've got to say, they're extremely smart, aren't they?
They're quite dinky, yeah, quite chuffed for those. Tom and I are both anglers. We've been listening. I'm lucky as well. I've got some retail feedback, so I can talk to customers, you know, and hear what they want to do, what they want from products, you know, not what manufacturers want.
Yeah,
you know, it's what anglers are asking for. So we've sort of tried to incorporate as much as we could into the products that we've released so far.
I've got a receiver system, but I'll never have the volume on my heads.
That's it. That was the driving force behind this particular alarm. Obviously, we sell buzzers on the shop, and 9 out of 10 anglers with wireless turn the head down to 0 and then rely on the receiver.
There's nothing worse, is there, than hearing that all the time. And the other thing is, whether it does have any effect on it or not, but I don't like the idea of that sound travelling down the line.
Yeah, you got a tight line, it's pinging off there like a bloody violin string, isn't it?
So we don't really know if it makes any difference, but we know that sound is amplified through water a lot more than it is in air, isn't it?
That's it, yeah, it travels much faster through water.
How does the head work?
So you've got your LED indication on there, roller wheel position. They're supplied with a 2-magnet wheel off the shelf, but you can buy additional wheels in colours to suit the LED as well, with more magnets if you want to be more sensitive.
Right.
We thought 2 was pretty good outing level, but it seems that the 4 magnets are taking root. You've got isotope slots in the ears as well, so you can have your ISOs above your rod.
Yeah, I noticed them on there. They're extremely smart and tight.
They do look. They flush as well, nice flush fit. Also, we went for quite a wide throat for the line to come out. This was based on I've done repairs for the shop and other customers as well and other shops. Common thing, if you're fishing down the swim and you get a violent take, getting line cut into the alarm.
Right.
So we've tried to make that gap as wide as possible to try and reduce the risk of line cut on your buzzer, so that you've got that that nice exit off the wheel, and then it's not actually hitting against the plastic of the alarm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And when the alarm's running.
Another thing, sorry, just quickly, you mentioned about the way the magnets work earlier.
Oh yeah, you've got if you've got the situation where you've got a little bit of that sort of little bit of ebb, if you like, on the water all the time. You've got the reel rolling back and forth, but only not an indication, just moving with the water. As
you quite often do, yeah.
So like, you get on roller wheels anyway, particularly you get a annoying beep all the time. Well, this particular bit of kit's got a facility where it remembers the magnet's position. So if it's just moving over one part of the sensing circuit, it ignores it. It's only until it actually detects a positive movement over 2 parts of the sensing circuit, it knows the wheel's moving, and then you get your indication. So it's pretty snappy. I mean, that's something else. This is something we've ummed and ahed about, but people have discussed. And if anglers are talking about it, then obviously it's something on their mind. So we decided to incorporate it in the design. And like as you can see there's no on-off switch. So like that, the alarm is on, ready for action, and at the end of your session, the intelligent hard case over the top, the alarm's off. So you ain't got to think, if you go out, you do indicators, you go back to your bivvy and think, oh, did I switch it back on?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Well, thing of the past with that.
Completely gets rid of it.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Right, that's the alarms that I must say are very smart and tighty. Can we have a look at the receiver next?
Yeah, receiver, no problem with the receiver. I say it's got quite like a feel that it's got like a rubberised finish as well, just to make it a bit more nice on the,
it nice. Just feels good, doesn't it?
Feels good. Yeah. That wasn't sort of particularly called for, but we'd seen it and thought, yes, it's a nice touch.
And it all looks really robust as well.
It is. It's quite robust. It's thick plastic on the ear. It's quite a rugged bit of kit. It's powered with one AA battery, so battery replacement's not an issue. You can get them anywhere in the world, and they're cheap, you know. And a good alkaline AA battery in here will last, if it's switched on and left on, about 5 weeks.
So what about actually syncing it up to the buzzer then?
That's pretty straightforward as well. You've got a little program button on the side of your receiver there. Just depress that, switch it on, wait for the LEDs to illuminate. Let go of that, and then the channel you want to program in starts to flash. So like red, and these heads here, they're red, white and blue, so you go red. We haven't got green, so you can push the button again, it will skip that channel for you, so you haven't got to worry about it. There's your alarm there, skip it again because you don't need that one. And then you're on to blue, that's it, they're all in there now. Turn that off and on again. Also it gives a scroll of the LEDs to let you know all the LEDs are working as well, each time you start it, so you know that all your lights are up and running.
Right.
Sound your alarm. There's your first take.
Simple stuff, mate, isn't it?
That's it.
Even I'd manage that.
You know, you can't go wrong. I mean, it's in the instructions, it's on the website as well, so, you know, it's covered on all angles.
And hasn't it got vibration in it as well?
Yeah, vibrate as well. Nothing there, but if you want to vibrate, 1, 2, 3, 4 presses engages the vibrate motor, so you can have sound and vibrate. Or if you're fishing somewhere super clicky, you don't know what's going on,
or somewhere you're not allowed to be.
or you're not allowed to be, vibrate only. So I mean, you can feel that through your pocket.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And on a table, or yeah, there's
Powerful vibration.
if you're fishing a runs water with vibrating sound, you know, you might only get a week's use out of it as opposed to 5 weeks, but it's battery changeover, so they'll be back in no time, you know.
Any other accessories that go with it?
Yeah, there's a few bits and bobs available. For the receiver itself, there's like a little rubberised desk stand, which is quite useful. It's on your bivvy table. That fits in there snug, won't rock out of there. Stable on the table.
I suppose it absorbs the vibration a bit as well.
It helps, don't it sort of knocking itself over with vibrate. The alarms, like I mentioned earlier, they come with roller wheels, like an acrylic material, with a colour to match each of the LEDs available.
Very nice.
And they come with a 2 or 4 magnet option. There are a limited number of sort of special edition 6 magnet wheels in the black and white. Spares kit, an idea that a couple of people have discussed and we thought we'd do along it. If you're changing your batteries in a reasonable way, you shouldn't lose anything. But if you do lose anything, you can buy yourself a spares kit. And then for the receiver itself, there's a pouch as well. Velcro front, receiver sits in there. There's got punch-out holes to let the sound from there as well. Clear window so you can see your LEDs. And you've got like a belt hoop you can have your belt, or just a simple hook. You clip it on a ribby, bivvy, or brolly, or otherwise, you know.
Brilliant.
So you can position that pretty much anywhere.
Also heard a lot about the car alarm application. How does that work?
It's quite a neat little add-on for the system. You're still using your V2 system receivers with either, if you've got the original one with the first with the dongles or the alarms. You can buy a separate car pager module. They've wired into your car on your standard car loom and ignition circuits. Easy installation. I mean, I've done it, but I mean, with the instructions, anyone can do it. If you can't do it, give it to a professional installer. They'll only charge a small fee, and it's in. It can monitor your door contacts if they're available, bonnet contacts and boot. If someone should open the door, bonnet or boot your car while you're fishing, so like say in your car park's 100 yards away, 300 yards away. As soon as I open it, this thing starts pulsing out. Your receiver goes off in a different fashion. You get all the LEDs flashing and a 2-tone like police siren warble coming out, so you know that it's an alarm and not a take. Yeah.
Get your bat and run.
That's it. Get up to the car park and explain the rules to the guy. An afterthought was, like, a lot of guys, you know, either on the way to fishing or after, you know, go little chef on the way, or nip in a pub for, you know, for a bit of food on the way home. We brought out a pocket-sized receiver as well, so you can clip this on your key fob. So when you think, obviously, this is packed away with all your gear, yeah, but the car alarm's still running. If you fire this up, that wakes up. You carry it on your keys or your pocket, you stick it in your jacket. If someone has to go to your car, or it's outside the pub or in the car park again, this thing will pick it up. Brilliant.
I've heard that even non-anglers have been buying them.
It's a great application for people, you know, people that travel around a bit, you know. With that in the car, that and the mini pager, you've got a wireless solution.
Right, so where are these available from then?
Basically, any Gardner stockist should carry these. I mean, Gardner have got pretty good coverage across the UK and Europe as well, you know. Yeah, so, but if you can't find it, well, if you go on Gardner's website and look on their stockist page, any dealer that's on there that's close to you, they'll have the gear. And if they haven't got it in stock, it's a phone call away from them. This is made from the feedback of anglers. It's not, you know, like a shirt and tie in a room trying to bring out a marketing exercise. It's a bit of kit to do a job at the end of the day, and we want it to do the job well. So the best way to do that, obviously, is to listen to people that use existing stuff and make sure it's all tailored to suit. Right, cheers for the insight there, mate. Absolutely amazing bit of kit. I've got to say, I'm seriously impressed, and I'm sure that we're making serious waves in the carp fishing world in 2009. Oh, that's so, Joe. Well, it was a pleasure to show you the system. Cheers, mate. No problem at all, mate. Nice one.